What's up guys, my name is Avery. In today's video I want to show you how I made this photo in this room. Welcome to my living room. Okay, so just for some context, my client for this project was a local church. Their worship team was recording a live album and they hired me to do their album cover artwork. I'm not a designer, so naturally anytime somebody comes to me with this type of project, it is going to be pretty heavily photography focused. So it was actually my wife's idea to have the sort of throne room look with the light coming through. Quickly realized that finding a full-sized throne that was the style that we wanted, as well as a space to shoot it in, was outside of our deadline time frame, but also just outside of our budget because those are obviously expensive. So that's when I hopped on Etsy and found this. How cute. This is for a dollhouse. I bought this and quickly got to work, and I'm going to show you the setup that I used to make this photo. Okay, so as is the tendency for most ultra low budget shoots, they usually do occur in some sort of space that you already have access to. For me in this particular situation was our living room, specifically on our coffee table. So I'm going to clear some of this stuff off and kind of show you the setup, get everything going. Okay, so this is our little box. Basically just made it out of a couple of pieces of foam core. Used painter's tape because I had it to tape together. And then I'm actually giving it a little bit of support over here with just like a laptop stand, which is also kind of serving as my grip tray. So I've got some other accessories on it. I didn't close in the back of it, but I have another piece of this foam core. And so I'm just going to slide it in, but I wanted it to be a little bit of, I didn't want it to be taped down, so that way I could still kind of fit our light in there. Now for the light, I'm using a Godox SL60W with a little DIY Snoot that I made out of like construction paper and painter's tape. And then I just taped it to the sort of like Snoot spot attachment that came with it. And it really, I mean, it really worked, as you can see in the photo, and then I'll show you how it looks all set up here in a second. But I mean, you don't have to buy stuff. Like, I got a giant piece of like construction or presentation paper or whatever for like 90 cents. And I made this, so do it. Okay, so we've got a starting point for the frame. So now I'm going to take our little chair and just place it where I kind of think that it will go. And then obviously we'll crop it down as needed or whatever, but I think that's good for now. But I want to get the light in here and then move some stuff around and see where we land. Okay, so now obviously we have to get our light in there, which means that all of the other lights in the room are gonna now turn off. But I will leave a little bit of ambient light here in the front, just so that way you can see what's going on as I'm doing it. Probably help if I plugged it in. So basically there's a hole in the top of the chair, and so I wanted the light to sort of filter through that and then you know, change and get sort of cast into different types of shadows and rays, and so I have to position my light to where it's going through that. And so I have it with the little Snoot on right now. I think that I like the angle, so I'm just gonna raise it up a little bit, and so that way it is kind of coming through there, and I think that that's gonna be good. We've got the Snoot pretty much tucked on the corner, and then so we'll close up as much as we can, and then we'll block anything else that we have to with like extra foam core or just kind of scrap pieces of paper around. Okay, so now here we are from the front side, sort of the angle that I wanted to shoot it at. As you can see, we have this really nice shadow that's getting cast, and so I think that with that hair light right along the edge, the top edge of that chair, and then it's obviously hitting through there because we have these, I think it's going to cast some really nice light rays. And so I'm going to go ahead and pop some haze in there and then cover this up with an extra piece of construction paper that I have. and then we'll see if we can get a photo out of this. But now I've just got some canned haze. I'm gonna kind of give a go in there and see what we're working with. Okay, so definitely I think our light might actually be a little too high. Maybe I can just move this over here. So yeah, so you can start to see some of these rays kind of getting split here. And so I'm just gonna move it up a little bit more. Yeah, so at this point it's pretty much just trial and error until you get something that you're happy with. While I was shooting the actual photo, I was moving the light up and down a lot back here, and kind of just arranging a bunch of stuff, and then ultimately kind of just playing around with it until I got something that I was happy with. But really the secret weapon for this is going to be that construction paper Snoot, that little DIY thing, and this canned haze. It's honestly, stuff's just really good. All right, and that's pretty much it. So really it's just kind of a lot of playing around with it, moving the light up and down, pushing it in and out. Just really mess with your camera settings. I shot the final photo that we used for the album cover at f6.4 at roughly 16 millimeters, and then it was ISO 125 and a 3-second exposure. So I did the longer shutter speed, that way I had more time to sort of let the haze even out and kind of distribute amongst the frame rather than having like a defined smoky texture to it, if that makes sense. And so I think we really were able to achieve that in the final photo. And so if you would like a more detailed explanation, let me know whenever I do these in the future. I'd be more than happy to break it down even further. I just didn't want to turn this into a 20-minute video. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff that apparently does things for something. So let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.